I think being a child of immigrants, of course, has really shaped my experience of being a Chinese American. I think growing up also with a lot of kids whose parents also didn't speak English, having relatives who didn't speak English. When I was younger, actually, one of my first memories was witnessing people in my family not be able to communicate with healthcare providers, and that was really hard for me to see. And I think now as a healthcare worker, that's something that I really try to fight. I'm very pro-linguistic inclusivity. I really push for Cantonese translators in the healthcare setting. And I think having those experiences, specifically surrounding family, really shaped the way that I see and advocate for Cantonese today. I was recently honored by a district supervisor in San Francisco for collaborating and doing work on Save Cantonese because of how much an impact the Save Cantonese movement has had in San Francisco. We helped create the first Cantonese certificate in all community colleges within the US. Additionally, we have helped preserve the Cantonese classes at City College of San Francisco when a few years ago they were going to be indefinitely cut. And so this caught the attention of a few district supervisors, and not only I think an acknowledgement for Save Cantonese, but really it demonstrates dedication to the Chinese monolingual speaking community here in SF. My Toisan is not that good, but there is a movement, especially on Instagram and social media, for Toisan recognition. So when Save Cantonese at CCSF first started, actually, folks reached out to us from social services in different departments in San Francisco, asking us for more resources for Toisan speaking folks, specifically surrounding Toisan certification. But unfortunately at City College, we don't have Toisan classes, and so we weren't really able to help them in that regard. But we do help out with a lot of language recognition. In a lot of the surveys, when we do volunteering, we always ask folks, we ask not only do you speak Cantonese, but do you also speak Toisan as well? And for example, in volunteering in Chinatown and in other parts of San Francisco, if we have volunteers and they speak Toisan and the person who we're helping also speaks Toisan, they switch over to that instead of just speaking Cantonese. Because the Cantonese classes at CCSF are just conversation and don't necessarily have writing, it's really hard to be able to get these classes to be transferred. So for example, if there's a community college student and they need to hit a certain threshold of credit units, why would they take the class that doesn't necessarily transfer? So I think being able to make sure that Cantonese is transferable demonstrates the academic importance and inclusivity of the Cantonese language. So right now, French is transferable, but Cantonese isn't. And so making sure that these languages are treated the same and are given the same level of importance, it will show academic equity when it comes to transferability.